Good morning, and thank you for joining us. We're really excited to be sharing our webinar on Google and reviews. Hopefully you'll come away with everything you need to know. So for today's webinar, we have myself, which is Philip Kwok. I'm Business Development Manager, and I've been here for 1.5 years. And I'm a passionate skier, really looking forward to the ski season next year. We also have
Lindy Kelsey. I've been here for about 2 years, similar sort of time to Phil. We're in the same team. I'm a business development manager as well. I'm a big sort of sports fan, so big into cricket, which obviously with the Ashes isn't going so well so far, but you never know. There's more to come. Throughout this webinar, if you guys have any questions or if you have any suggestions or any comments, please use the question tab. We don't want this to be one-way traffic, so let us know your thoughts and let's try and make it as interactive as possible. Right, so covering an agenda, obviously, as the title suggests, we're going to be looking at our relationship with Google. We're going to cover 4 main areas with that, so them being service reviews, Google seller ratings, so how it impacts your paid campaigns, your rich snippets, which is your organic search, and then we're going to finish off with your product reviews and also some exciting bits on Google Shopping as well.
So how does Trustpilot work with Google? To outline our relationship with Google, we are a Google review partner, and verified service reviews you collect with us will feed into your pay-per-click campaigns. Google sees us as a trusted source of transparent, legitimate reviews, which helps shoppers to make informed buying decisions. So just a little disclaimer here. Google obviously sets the rules and can adjust its algorithms at any time. So all of our recommendations today and best practices are in compliance with Google regulations. So moving on to service reviews. Trustpilot helps companies collect service and product reviews. This page shows We Buy Any Cars Trustpilot service review page. Now, service reviews are based on customer experience and are not product related. Nindy will go on to the product reviews later. So they are based on delivery, customer experience, and different touch points that you may have with your customers. This page shows We Buy Any Cars that they're rated excellent. They are 9 out of 10, and 94% of the reviews are excellent or great. So what this is really highlighting to a customer that comes across this page is, that they can see that they have some great reviews with us, and showcasing to customers that they can provide good service. On to the next slide. Now, most customer buying journeys start in Google. We help companies to showcase their reputation at the very first touch point. So We Buy Any Cars Trustpilot page is highly visible and searchable in Google. On this search, can I trust We Buy Any Car, their profile has appeared #1. Now, it will also appear for search terms such as We Buy Any Cars customer service or We Buy Any Car reviews. The Trustpilot.com SEO is strong due to our genuine review-related content, so our profile pages rank very highly. Okay, we've now collected around 38 million reviews on our website. Once customers land on We Buy Any Cars page, you can see that they're building social proof through one of their best assets, and that's their happy customers. They have used one of our trust boxes to pull live positive reviews to show that they provide excellent service, they are quick and efficient, and straightforward. This leads to our Trustbox impressions page. So we broke a little bit of a record last Black Friday, so I hope you guys made lots of sales as well. We actually had 125 million Trustbox impressions on that day. So as more people shopped, more companies were building social proof through their positive reviews from their customers. So Google seller ratings next. Trustpilot reviews appear in 2 main areas, paid and organic search. As part of our Google review partnership, your service reviews will appear in your AdWords as a rating and gold stars. To achieve this, All you need to do is collect 150 reviews within the last 12 months with an average score of 3.5 or above. Now, as you can see from this search term, sell my car, We Buy Any Cars AdWord appears number 1 with their rating of 4.6 with these big bright orange stars. So compared to the other paid campaigns, they're really standing out and showing at the very first moment that a customer is looking to sell their car that they're highly rated. Now, according to Google, AdWords with these gold stars get around 10% additional clicks. These additional clicks improve your quality score, and what we tend to see is a saving of around 5 to 10% when companies have these Google seller ratings.
So, quick question, guys. Based on what Phil has just gone through, how important do you think Google seller ratings will be to your business? There should be a question panel which you can answer now. It's great to hear some feedback on what you guys think. Right, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, as sort of expected, a majority of people are saying it's very important. So if we're looking at that, sort of about 80% odd would say that it's really important, which kind of goes into sort of what we would expect to see, which is really good in terms of a result. Moving forward, I'm now going to look at rich snippets. So now rich snippets are effectively when you pull through your review content into organic search. Now Phil's looked already at paid search. What you'll also find is Google reviews will have a strong impact on your organic search as well. Now the way in which this works is similar to how We Buy Any Car were showcasing reviews on their website. Trustpilot has a pre-marked up set of widgets or integrations that show reviews on your website that actually tell Google to pull through this content into your organic search. Now, for me personally, this is massively important and beneficial for particular SEO terms that you rank up against your competitors. So if we have a look at this this search, if we type in road accident solicitors, obviously these three companies are very competitive amongst each other, but as you can see, Slater and Gordon will be missing out on valuable traffic by allowing National Accident Helpline and Owen Mitchell to pull through their content into Google as well. So if we have a look at National Accident Helpline in, actually sorry, before we get there, jumping the gun, out of these three links, what would you say is, or what would you click on as a priority? So another quick poll, out of these three links, which one, if you had to, would you click on? So yeah, as you can see, both Nationwide Accident Helpline and National Accident Helpline and Owen Mitchell have got rich snippets. You can see the amount of reviews and the review content itself. So looking at sort of results. Right, so again, pretty much all of that traffic, all of your results have indicated that it'd be National Accident Helpline and Owen Mitchell. And it also would appear that National Accident Helpline is probably more so, perhaps, to do with the number of reviews they've got. But I don't know. But yes, as you can see, that obviously is claiming a large proportion of votes. It's to do with how eye-catching it is, and obviously when you see the stars awarded by Google, it gives you more sort of indications of confidence from a buyer side or anyone who's looking at that sort of business. But if we look at National Accident Helpline, if you were to click on that rich snippet link, what you'd find is this is their landing page. Obviously, you wouldn't see all of this tech and coding stuff, but what you would see are the reviews down the right-hand side. Now, what that tells me is they're mirroring their rich snippet review content. We're showing reviews on site, and this is actually how the reviews are pulled through into organic search. Now, we're not expecting you to go and do all of this coding. That's the reason why companies work with Trustpilot. We've actually done all this for you. So if we have a look at how that actually works, all you have to do is click on that enable rich snippet button on the left. We do all the heavy lifting, and then you just click on the get code button at the bottom. That will then pull through the coding that you need to sort of copy and paste into your header and ultimately into the body of your page where you want the reviews to be shown. So it's a really, really straightforward process, but it allows you to remain very competitive. And if you can imagine, a number of your competitors will be doing the same thing, it has a massive impact. Looking at the impact of rich snippets, so if we look at an example, and we've got a case study with these guys as well, Lens Direct in America, they use rich snippets on this particular page, again in a competitive related SEO page. What we actually found in using the rich snippets is they saw a 45% increase in their click-through rates when they had rich snippets. Now, if we take a step back and sort of think about what this means, on particular competitive search terms where we know we're competing with competitors or we're competing with similar rival companies, if we can increase our click-through rates even by a fraction of this, we know we're not only taking more business than usual, but also that business is coming from a competitor or someone that we might be losing out to. So this is a really good sort of reinforcement message behind how to use your reviews in Google. Obviously, I know that we've looked at paid. Not every company operates run paid campaigns for Google, but every company will need to have a presence through SEO, and this is a fantastic way of being able to leverage success to meet customers at what is often their first touch point. Based on that then, obviously not everyone's going to get 45% increased click-through rate, some will get more, some will get less, but what impact do you think rich snippets would have on your business? Good. So the important part there is no one has said it wouldn't have an impact. So obviously that's really, really good. Most people have said it's either very strong or would have a good impact. It's a really, really important way of being able to sort of maintain your business, your competitive edge. But also, if we have a look at what else we can do regarding sort of rich snippet capability, this also features into your product reviews. So we've covered service reviews, we've covered how they will impact your PPC, we've also covered how they'll impact your organic search. Now, another type of review that you can collate from Trustpilot are your product reviews. Now, the way in which that has an impact is in a number of different ways. If we start by looking at your organic results page, for example, here you can see Tesco's and Amazon are obviously large, big, well-known brands. People shop with them every day, all the time. This is a challenge, what referred to as a challenger brand. They're being able to maintain a competitive edge and actually take more traffic and click-throughs from the likes of Tesco's and Amazon by being able to leverage their product reviews that they've collected with Trustpilot and pull them through into organic search. Now, these product reviews are simply, as sort of the name suggests, reviews on the product itself. In my opinion, product reviews help you decide what to buy, and service reviews will help you determine who you're going to buy from. So this is a really, really good way of being able to channel really valuable traffic. At this point, you can imagine if I've searched for RideStar balance bike, chances are I'm in the market to buy a bike. And being able to see this is going to reinforce the fact that if I do purchase through this is its store, I'm going to get a good experience, but also I can see what other people have said on that product. What you can actually see is these guys are using product reviews in a really clever way. So they're actually supplementing their product descriptions. So rather than just saying, it's got 5 reviews based, 5 out of 5 based on 6 reviews, they're actually using the review content as sort of an extension of the product review. As an extension of the product description. So as well as being able to see the spec and the size of the bike in different colors, you also be able to see sort of what previous customers have said. And looking at this as a children's bike, as a parent, you can be very confident in buying from this company and buying this particular item, knowing that they've got verified reviews of previous customers. So a couple other examples, not just sort of children's cyclists, cycle companies work with us. Companies like Specsavers and Carpet-Rite on the right are using Trustpilot in a slightly different way. So being able to differentiate products based on reviews. So for a company like Specsavers, who sell hundreds of different styles of glasses, being able to use their reviews as a way of differentiating different styles. Again, The same with Carpet, it must be a very difficult job being able to do that where carpet is simply carpet, but being able to have reviews for different styles, colors, and so forth. And then, as you can also do with Carpet, you can click on their reviews and read more in-depth content based on another product page, which you can also do with them. So we also filter, as well as having all of that content that can sit on your website and pull through reviews into various parts of organic search with Google, we also feed into Google Shopping. So as you can see here, Decathlon have 6 product reviews for this particular bike. You can also see a second set of stars below. I'll go into those in a little bit more detail, but they are, again, can be achieved through Trustpilot as well. So if we have a look at sort of the criteria that is needed to bring reviews into Google Shopping, they are quite strict with this, Google. So it is a minimum of 50 product reviews in your feed, and you need to have at least 3 reviews per product to show in Google Shopping, where one of which has to be invited. So takes a little bit of time to get your head around, but essentially it's 50 reviews, and if you want reviews per product to show, you need at least 3, one of which has to be an invited review. Where do these reviews show is really, really valuable. So as you can see here, the top next to the product is actually the product reviews themselves, so they're the orange stars at the top. So for this Canon printer, you can see there's 440 product reviews that's been fed straight into Google. As you can see below that, the stars that I mentioned before, these green stars are actually your Google seller rating. So this is what Phil was going through earlier. But looking at this from a competitive sort of standpoint, if you are a retailer or any of these other retailers that don't have any reviews, you can't really expect traffic or customers to be buying from you when they have the option to use what is referred to as a trusted company, someone who's safe to shop with, who is increasing their buyer confidence and being able to showcase their hard work and customer service. In comparison to that, not having a rating doesn't really stand up. So in summary, we've covered sort of the multiple touch points at which a customer will come into contact with a business. I think that the key thing for me is we have to be giving customers a positive reason why they should be choosing us, and we have to make it really, really simple for them to find positive sentiment in using a new business. Every industry is now very, very competitive, and everyone seems to be bragging of the same things. So what we need to be able to give them is an extra layer of customer confidence and buyer confidence by being able to relay genuine customer reviews, whether it be service or product, from a brand that they are familiar with in being Trustpilot and Google. So that's really where we're at the moment. I think we're going to look at a few questions, I believe. If you've got any questions outside, you can obviously take our contact details, but I think we're going to have a look at a few questions now. Phil?
So the first question we've got coming through is, how quickly can I get 150 service reviews, and how can I do this? So with Trustpilot, what we allow companies to do is we call it a kickstart campaign. And all this really means is that we go back to existing customers. So this can be 1 month, 2, 3, 6 months, and we ask them to leave you a review. Now, we'll put a reminder on that. So for example, if you're selling 100 products or you have 100 customers per month, we can go back to, let's say, 6 months worth of customers. So that will give you 600 invitations. And that way, it will enable you to quickly gather these 150 reviews needed for your Google seller ratings. That comes on to another question we've had, which is, how long does it take Google to show these Google seller ratings or these gold stars? So in terms of what Google recommend, we have seen it quicker, but typically it's between 2 to 6 weeks, and it's an automatic extension. So your service reviews will appear on your Trustpilot profile page. When Google's bot crawls that page, it will then automatically appear onto your PPC campaigns.
So we've just had a question come in which says, if we get 150 3-star reviews above over 12 months, does that mean we get a Google ad? The answer to that is no. So this is an extension that runs alongside your Google ads. So if you're not running Google ads at the minute, your reviews obviously can impact your organic search and your Google shopping. It won't impact your paid campaigns unless you're already running paid campaigns. But the good thing, and what I would suggest and what I tell clients all the time, is if you have that number of reviews and they're invited reviews that would be indexed into Google, maintain that presence and the score, and should you ever turn on your AdWords, and should you ever use your AdWords, you'll then be able to get those benefits in having your Google Seller ratings. We've got another question here. How often do Google change their requirements, and how quickly do we meet the changes? So the first part is part A, how often do they change the requirements? We have no idea when Google will change what they will change, in short. So it's really difficult to sort of anticipate. What I would say, and going on to part B, we have an extremely talented and driven tech team that are constantly ensuring that we are matching and mirroring what Google need us to be doing, and that we're compliant with any Google changes that come into play. So what you do get with a company like Trustpilot is someone that is not only heavily funded in this area, but also a company that is sort of technology is at the forefront of what we do. So we can ensure that we're working as quickly as humanly possible to make sure that we are up to date with everything that Google throw at us.
So another question, can you register your company with Trustpilot for service reviews only? The answer to that is yes. So we allow companies to only collect service reviews if they want to, or you can collect service and product reviews. So if you imagine the examples we gave today with the law firms, they're only collecting service reviews with Trustpilot because ultimately they're not selling any products.
Right, we just had another question come through regarding Google Shopping. So the question is can you get on Google Shopping without Google Seller ratings? The answer to that is yes, you can. You don't have to be running Google AdWords to be featured in Google Shopping. That is something that you can run independently, depending on obviously hitting that product review criteria. But again, yeah, the short answer is yes. Just had another one come through. This is a bit of a funny one. Why bother having stars on organic and paid? Which is a good question. It really depends. In my opinion, it's about any particular touch point. If you can be 100% sure where your customers are coming from and how they're meeting your brand, then you're doing obviously a fantastic job. For most businesses, we're not too sure whether someone's going to come through a paid campaign, an organic campaign, or whether they're coming through sort of organic search, or if it's through Facebook, or whatever integration or interaction that customer's having with the business. Therefore, collecting stars in both your paid and organic and showcasing reviews through social media is reinforcing the message that you do care about your customers. You've got great product reviews, great service reviews, and it's allowing customers to feel more confident about using you, giving them a better reason and a stronger reason why they should use you guys.
So another question. So what advantage does your service have above Google Seller ratings? So this is a really good question, and we get this all the time. Now, you know, having the stars in your paid campaigns is great. Where we differ is we've got the widgets that are pre-built so that we can mark up the service review rating in organic search, okay? So a lot of companies will now choose 5 of their best performing pages apart from the home page to basically stand out with those rich snippet stars. We also help collect product reviews, okay? And we also have 24 different types of widgets that you can put onto your website. So Trustpilot is all about the customer journey, where we want to help in the traffic side of things. But what's really important is when you get people to the website, what are you doing to build social proof and to increase conversions? And that's where different widgets on different parts of the website will help guide customers to ultimately what you need is either an inquiry form or onto the checkout page.
So we've had a really interesting question come in, which is, would you recommend sharing trust boxes or showing Trustpilot reviews, I assume, on every page? And if we do this, should we use product or service reviews? Now, I think that's a great question. So the first part is, would you recommend using Trustbox on every page? That's completely up to you. So recently we launched an A/B split testing function where for customers who are collecting and showcasing reviews with Trustpilot, we can actually find out exactly where and when reviews are going to be most impactful. So where they're going to have the strongest impact, where they're going to be most influential on your website. So to answer your question, should we do it? I don't know yet, because we've run some testing around to see what's best for you guys. Like I said, alluding back to my point earlier, in my opinion, service reviews tell someone who to buy from, and product reviews tell someone what to buy. So if we're looking at the overall customer journey and the customer funnel on a website, transacting through a website, I would say service reviews are hugely beneficial on the landing page. So that will help reduce your bounce rate, increase your engagement on site, and also mirror that on your checkout page. So here you could showcase reviews around customer service or delivery or aftercare. That's going to help you increase more of your conversions. It's going to reduce basket abandonment, things like that. Along the way, you're going to want to tell people what to buy and help people make buying decisions. That's where you might have product reviews at relevant pages throughout that journey. So do you need it on every single page? Perhaps not, but would you need different reviews in different places? Absolutely. So I hope that helps.
Okay, great. So another question, what kind of pages are the best ones to have rich snippet stars on? Any guidelines and any limits? So currently you can have, you can mark up 5 landing pages. Now you can mark up any page apart from the home page. Okay, so what we tend to see is customers that use this feature of Trustpilot is they will mark up a customer review page, an about us page. What you really want to do is mark up the pages where you're getting the most organic traffic from, so that when somebody finds that landing page in organic search, you're showcasing how great you guys are with your service review rating, and therefore more likely to get clicks. Okay, so with the law firms, you know, they'll mark up a personal injury page, for example, or a road accident page, which is typically what we see with the service type of companies. And with product-related or e-commerce type of companies, it's usually customer reviews sort of page, or any other key landing pages. So why not use the home page? Good question. So we have to abide by Google's guidelines, and what they've told us is you're not allowed to mark up the home page. So it's not our rules. You know, we want to work close. We work close with Google, and that's the guidelines that they've given us. So you'll have to ask Google for that, unfortunately.
Any more questions, guys? Was that everything? I think.
So one last question, which is, I thought we'd get this. You know, what are the different plans available on Trustpilot? We have 4 different plans, which is we do have a free plan. We have a light plan, a pro plan, and an enterprise plan. What you can do is type in Trustpilot plans, and then you'll see that the different tiers and what it involves. However, you know, we really want to do a consultative approach. So the best thing to do is to register your domain and get one of the trained Trustpilot team to give you a call, and we can work out what's best for your business, because not every feature you're going to need.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if there's any questions to follow that, if anything pops up in the afternoon or anything sort of back into this week, you have our details on screen. Feel free to give us a call. We're more than happy to help. And yeah, thanks very much for listening in. And we will send a follow-up email. So the case study that I mentioned before with the click-through rate increase and obviously some of the other bits regarding the Google criteria, we will send in a follow-up email just so you've got it on file. But thanks very much, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thanks, everyone.